Hey guys, what's up? Ian here from Mid-America Prep. Thanks for tuning in and watching. And today's video is actually a remake of a video that I made months ago, but I didn't post the video, so I hope I'm not rambling too much. It's just something that I feel like I want to get out there and have you people try to understand where I'm coming from. So this video, there's the inspiration for it once again, kind of stems from one of my favorite YouTubers, Wranglerstar. He posted a video this morning, June 14, 2019, talking about poor YouTubers versus broke YouTubers. Now, his video stemmed from somebody in the comment section saying that everything that Wranglerstar does on his channel only pertains to those who have money, which is furthest from the truth as possible. Basically, being poor, as my title says, being poor is not an excuse to stay poor. If you are making excuses for being poor, staying poor is your own fault. It is not society's fault. It is not your brother's fault. It's not your sister's fault, your mother's fault, your dad's fault. It is your fault. If you don't want to better your life, do not blame others for you not doing so. Now, I want to just give you a little bit of a background story on myself here, just so you can kind of get a sense of where I'm coming from. And I'm not trying to sound like a hypocrite, but if I do, wham, get on with your life. I grew up in a town of about 3,000 people. Today, it's around 2,000 people. One stoplight town that everybody knew everybody's business. My mother was a elementary school teacher who passed away when I was a very young child. My father was a engineer, more so a draftsman. He did a lot of traveling when I was younger. We had nice vehicles. We had a nice big house in the center of town on the corner lot. It was one of those things that it just made me feel like I was a rich kid. Was I rich? I thought I was the richest kid ever. I thought I had everything nice and new and neat, and it wasn't up until my later years when my father told me they lived pretty frugally so we could feel that way. Do I ever remember a day where I didn't have food in my stomach? Absolutely not. I had a full stomach every day. Do I ever remember a day where I went without clothes? Nope. Were they always clean? Yep. Was I poor? Absolutely not. But here's the reason why. The reason why I felt like I was the richest kid ever was because my parents made sacrifices. While my parents made sacrifices, they did not make the excuse for us to live like we were poor. Which I am thankful for that. Because it gave me a better understanding in life in a different sense as somebody who has been poor and got out of it. Because here's what I'm getting at. And I know this might piss some people off, but those people are the same people who make excuses for staying in the situation they're in. While I was not poor, and I felt like I was rich, I didn't have everything that I actually needed. But I didn't know that. And in doing so, I set standards for myself later on in life that I cannot drop below this level in life. And what I'm getting at too is so many people equate richness to monetary possessions, to money, to physical cash you can smell, or the number in the bank account. That means you're rich. Absolutely not. To my children, when they grow up, they come through my garage. I don't know what they're going to look like. I don't know what they're going to act like. I mean, I know how I'm going to try to teach them to be and show them things in life. But if they walk through my garage, it won't be this garage, but my shop and that kind of stuff. Man, Dad must have been rich to be able to afford that nice saw, to afford this motorcycle, or to afford these four-wheelers, or to afford this nice car, or to afford this house. And while me, well, I want to live debt-free, which is not always an option, but it will be. Right now it's not. 100%. I want to be debt-free, but things are changing in life, different pathways. Well, I want my kids to feel like they were rich. I will not be rich for that reason. I feel like while I have possessions, and this is just one wall, my kids will realize that it takes hard work, time, and money to get things. Now, you don't have to be rich to have money. You don't have to be rich to have things. You don't have to be poor and not have things. But some of these things up here, they were given to me. They mean a lot to me. Is there a cash value to some of these things? There is for the person who wants to make money. But there is a richness factor, a possession, a different factor for me that is on a different realm. Now, I know it's kind of going off into the rant stage and that kind of stuff. My father-in-law was a very frugal guy growing up. He had nothing really growing up. And in the sense of having nothing, they had nothing. But he was a wheeler and dealer. Any chance he could to have money, to make money, he was making money. Now, that doesn't mean that he didn't have possessions. That doesn't mean that his house didn't have cool things hanging on the wall or his shop had nice tools in it. But if he wanted to upgrade from a cheap, like, Black & Decker drill to a nice DeWalt or to go into Milwaukee or, you know what I mean? Like, he was going to go make money by wheeling and dealing, having a side hustle, making enough money to upgrade his life, and then he would go sell this. He might take a cut, but somebody else will benefit from that. And that kind of comes to my next thing is, in life, you got to have a side hustle. And I posted on Instagram the other day. If you're not over on Instagram, follow me there. But in life, it doesn't matter how much money you have. I promise you, have a side hustle. As much and as annoying as people's posts on Facebooks are, you're talking about like, oh, here's this product I'm going to sell. You have a choice. Either support them or don't. So my side hustle is woodworking. I like to build things for people. And I like to see my stuff hanging up in people's houses. Now, there's a reason why I have a side hustle. While I have a nice job, I have a nice house. My wife has a great job, and we're getting ready to build a new house. Side hustle. Side hustling, and I'm not talking about selling drugs. I'm talking about something that's actually useful, not stealing and dealing. But having a side hustle, making money off that side hustle, putting that money back into the bank account, putting it back into that side hustle, and then living like you have nothing. I promise you, that right there will help you live later on more comfortably. And some people aren't going to understand that. So here's an example of my side hustle. I'll get it here. Not my side hustle, but one that I supported. This nice timber right here. This is a 10-foot 3x4 red oak board. This board here, there's a local guy, has a side hustle. He goes to the local store or the local cabinetry making place. Says, hey, you've got a pallet of these boards. I'll take 50 of them, I'll pay you 50 bucks. They are passing that on to the individual. 50 boards for 50 bucks. This individual goes and he resells it. He has a side hustle. These are pallets. These are giant pallets. So each one of these little holes here, which you can't see, these are runs for them. But these are the runs for giant pallets. He disassembles all that, stacks them up, puts them on Facebook or Craigslist for $2 a board. That's his side hustle. Now this board right here, and I know this is looking ugly here, I gotta finish it out, but I milled it down. It's beautiful as can be. This board right here, this 3x4 red oak timber that's 10 foot long, would cost me, probably 25 to 35, maybe even 40 bucks if I were to go to the store and buy it, if I could find it locally. Now this will assist me in my side hustle. So what I'm going to do with my side hustle to make it feel like I have more money is I'm going to make a project out of this. I'm going to go ahead and cut it down and make 5 or 6 projects out of this one board. And I have 10 of these. I have 10 of those boards. While I supported somebody else's side hustle, he supported mine. And while he may do something bad with his money, he helped my money grow. And that once again is something that I want to go and teach my child and my children later on, is that, like I said, money is just something that you can hold and see. But possessions is where you're really rich at. I mean, like I said, I probably have, new, probably $400 or $500 worth of Coleman stuff right there. Used, I probably spent $15, $20 total. But the possessional richness of it, the fact that I can have light, I can have heat, I can cook, that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much more to possessions and money than the numbers in your bank account. And what you do on YouTube does not necessarily mean you have money. It doesn't mean you don't have to have money. It doesn't mean you can't have money. So, once again, being poor is not an excuse to stay poor. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell. When I post a video, you'll get a notification. Anyways, keep calm and carry on, guys. See you later. Hey guys, so before you go, I just want to make a quick clarification here in the video. While I was editing this video, I noticed something I said. I know it's going to come up to somebody somewhere, and they're going to make a big deal about it in the comment section. So I just wanted to clarify it real quick. Towards the end, I was talking about possessions, this kind of stuff. While I have built up a nice collection of things, not everybody needs a collection. Not everybody has the means to collect things financially or not financially. I mean, a lot of this stuff's honestly free. And I really do have too many things to myself. And one of the things I wanted to make sure everybody understood is that there's more than one way to be rich. You can be rich in the bank account and in your wallet, or you can be rich with food, with clothing, with friends and family, with a roof over your head, with the glory of God. So many people don't understand that there's a huge difference between the richness in the world. You can be a billionaire, or you could be somebody who goes to their job, comes home at night, enjoys family time, goes on the weekend and has a good time with their friends and family, goes back to work and does the same thing over and over and over, goes to vacation. You know what I mean? Like, there's just more than one way to do it. So anyways, there's a fly flying around here and I'm about to get tired of it. So anyways, thanks for coming in and watching. You guys be safe.